Carl and Brendan here from Games, Brains and Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial.com for short. We're battle reactions, and I am throwing caution to the wind here, taking a massive risk because I am about to nominate for my selection a Weezer track, but not just any Weezer track either. This is Weezer from the album OK Human. Now, if you know it, you already know the problem that Brendan might be running into here is that OK Human is arguably some of Weezer's softest work to date. Their 14th studio album was released earlier this year, back in January, but it was an album, and Weezer have been very busy throughout this COVID times. They also did Van Weezer, which is their sort of tribute to heavy metal thing and stuff like that. But this was inspired by Harry Nilsson's Nilsson Sings Newman's and the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds, recorded entirely with analog equipment and featuring a 38-piece orchestra. So this was at their point in their career, they're experimenting. Well, not, truth be told, not straying too far from the Weezer playbook. If you know Weezer and you like what Weezer do, OK Human has plenty on it. This was my personal choice of my favorite song of the album when I heard it. I'm a big Weezer fan. Not always love everything they do, but I'm more of a fan in the later years than I am in the earlier years. I just find their music more pleasing, and often a lot of the times makes me feel quite joyful and good inside. I also think River Kumos is one of the world's greatest vocalists. And while most people do agree and say that, he doesn't get the attention via the mainstream music, because that's the thing. Weezer are a metal band. So the metal press doesn't need to be covering Weezer and saying, oh, he's the best vocalist. But he should be appealing to the general music audience, and he doesn't get that attention, and he should, because he's fucking River and he's wonderful and he's a weirdo and I love him. But Here Comes the Rain is just a track that put a big smile on my face. Brendan, Weezer, how do you feel about them?
Well, obviously I know who they are.
Of course.
Yeah, come on. How do I feel about them? Marmite, I suppose. I have songs by Weezer I really like.
Yeah.
I have many songs by Weezer I also really dislike. So I don't have a problem with Weezer as a band, but I have a problem often with their musical output. No, it's a strange one, isn't it? Like I agree he's a great vocalist. I don't disagree with that. I just don't always like the songs. I don't like them when they stray more towards the pop punk kind of arena. I like some of the old stuff, which is pop punk though as well. I like some of the songs that, you know, most people, you probably as that Weezer diehard kind of fan would say, oh, that's their worst stuff. Like I like the song Buddy Holly. You know. But do you know what I mean? I like their Christmas stuff. I like quite a lot of what Weezer do.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They don't
Christmas
offend
stuff.
me in any way whatsoever. I like them as a band. I've always felt they were fine. While I was busy hating Green Day and everybody like that, and never had a problem with Weezer, just never really became a big fan of them. You didn't make, until you said the orchestra bit, this was like, I was literally getting like feelings of dread coming across me when you were going through the whole Beach Boys and sounds and you know, and I was thinking like, what the fuck is he doing to me here? And then you said orchestra and I was like, oh, maybe I like it, you know.
This song doesn't really feature that stuff, so
Okay.
Okay, it's 2 minutes and 27 seconds. You can make it through that. Right, let's do this in 3, 2, 1, go.
We're caught in a trap. I can't.
Drops of water, flood cascading from the sky, and it streaks my windshield. Whoa, the thunder rolls. I open up the door. My umbrella makes me look just like the Morton girl. Splish, splish, splash. Whoa, taking over.
Don't laugh at the lyrics.
Walking down the road. Here comes the rain. Oh, it's gonna wash all my troubles away. Here comes the rain. Oh, it's gonna wash all my troubles away. I got dirty just
So yeah, having learned my lesson from a previous video, I purposely at the start told a little white lie, and I said, "Oh, this song doesn't really feature the can't even say it now, orchestra," because you acted like that was getting your hopes up, and I was very aware that this song is basically a pop song, and that you then going, "Yeah," was going to go, "Oh," it's like, no, just say it's not really there, even though it is obviously there.
Well, that's ruined my first comment, which was like, "Hey, there's a lot more orchestra than I thought there was going to be." Wow. Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like. I tell you, like, because the truth of it, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. He's a good singer, isn't he? You know, at the end of the day, and I like the orchestration. It's got a catchy poppy melody. Of course, it has. That's what it's designed to be. But I also don't like it. The things I liked the most about it was probably like the fact that it's short is good, because if that had carried on another minute, I might have like tapped out. I don't know. Can we do that in the video?
I suppose we could actually. It's never come up, but if that ever does happen in the future, like say, no, this is crap and I'm stopping. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I don't think we'll ever do it.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that'd be extreme. That'd be really extreme. But like, you know, if it's short enough that, you know, like you said, you can get through it and like give it a crack, can't you? The problem that I have, and I think this is you know, probably gonna offend every Weezer song in there, is I was really enjoying the first minute of it because I was reading the lyrics and seeing it like a piss take song, and I was like, oh, this is funny, they're just making a joke song. But then I'm also very aware that they're probably not making a joke song. So the fact that I'm just finding it hilarious because he's singing splish splish splash probably isn't meant to be like, oh, we're taking the piss out of something. And I was just completely getting the wrong end of the stick with it, you know. So I'm like, oh, 2 minutes in, it's short, and they're just taking a piss by singing stupid lyrics. And then at the same time in my head, I'm going, are they? This is a real song. This isn't taking a piss.
I don't necessarily think they'd be taking the piss, but I definitely think there would have been a tongue-in-cheek, fun aspect to the tribute that they're trying to do. They're trying to capture a specific set of albums in a period's sound. There's no way Weezer at a 40th album are saying splish splash splosh. Seriously, like there's no way.
That helps, because if they were, and then I'd be like, he may be a great singer, but he's not much of a lyricist.
Do you know why I'm confident in? I mean, in one of the early albums, the Red album, my favorite Weezer song is a song called "The Greatest Man That Ever Lived," and in that, basically, River Kumo sings a song decreeing how amazing he is and how the press should worship him and shit like that, because they were constantly hounding him. They know how to have fun. They know how to take the piss. Shit, they did a Christmas EP.
Oh yeah, and look, and like you said, it's meant to be of an era, and you know, when you listen back to that era, the lyrics were of an era too. You know, so I guess in that it's authentic to an era. The biggest problem I have, that honest reality, and it's not even a problem with Weezer, it's not even a problem with that song. It's just not what I listen to.
Yeah.
You know, no matter how much I was like, oh, this is a fun melody, this has got like, oh, I like some of the orchestration, I like his voice and everything like that. Is there any point in that song where I thought like, I'll listen to this again? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Would never even cross my mind. I was like, oh, Carl played a funny song last night, and that's the end of my conversation. You know what I mean? So that's the strange thing about it, and it's not like, I don't even mean it in a disrespectful way, because I absolutely think Weezer deserve as much credit and respect as like many of the bands that I do love, because they've also had an extremely lengthy career. They also have a good fan base. You know, it's not like I'm trying to put them down. I'm like, enough respect. It's just not for me. You know, so, you know, I'm reluctant to say it in a way, because I'd like nothing less than to turn around and suddenly become a huge Weezer fan and be like, oh, this is great, I'm on. But, you know, to me, I'd imagine if you're not even a diehard, if you're even a reasonable Weezer fan, you know, this idea of them playing around with this album and doing this thing is probably really fucking exciting.
Yeah.
But to a non-Weezer fan, it's just
Weezer.
It's another thing they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. So yeah, I'm sorry, it's a loss, but not in a disrespectful way. It's like I'm almost jealous of the people that are listening to that and getting more out of it.
I think the fact, everything you've just said, you've put it so succinctly that how could anyone turn around and argue with you? It's simply, yeah, I think the one thing we can both just simply agree on, whereas, well, okay, and I kind of knew this going in, like, you always have hope, because I know your taste is broad and wide enough and open-minded enough that you enjoy songs, and even if they're just songs on their own rather than the band and stuff like that. But we both love River Kumos, so that's something, right?
He's a phenomenal vocalist. He is.
That's good enough. We've said that. There you go, River. Have that.
You've lost.
I keep saying River. It's Rivers. Rivers.
Oh,
Yes, of course it is. Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon and help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?